John 8 verses 42 to 47, NIV. 42 Jesus said to them, "If God were your Father, you would love me, for I have come here from God. I have not come on my own, God sent me." 43 Why is my language not clear to you? Because you are unable to hear what I say. 44 You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. 45 Yet because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. 46 Can any of you prove me guilty of sin? If I am telling the truth, why don't you believe me? 47 Whoever belongs to God hears what God says. The reason you do not hear is that you do not belong to God. Expounding on John 8 verses 42 to 47. These verses are part of a broader discussion where Jesus is addressing the religious leaders and Pharisees, who were constantly trying to challenge and discredit him. Here's a breakdown of the passage. Verse 42, Jesus makes a clear distinction between his followers and his adversaries. He states that his origin is from God the Father, and this validates his teachings and authority. He emphasizes that he did not come on his own, but was sent, suggesting divine authority and purpose. Verse 43, Jesus points out a communication barrier. It's not merely a matter of language but rather spiritual understanding. The Pharisees couldn't understand Jesus because they were not spiritually attuned to him or his message. Verse 44, this is a strong condemnation. Jesus asserts that the Pharisees' spiritual father is the devil. He describes the devil as a liar and a murderer, emphasizing his deceitful nature and opposition to life. In saying this, Jesus is challenging the Pharisees' self-perceived righteousness and their claim of being descendants of Abraham. Verse 45, Jesus points out a tragic irony. Even though he speaks the truth, they refuse to believe him. Their disbelief isn't due to a lack of evidence or reason but rather their hardened hearts. Verse 46, Jesus throws a challenge at them. He's asking for evidence against him, knowing they have none. He's emphasizing his sinlessness and the truth of his message. Verse 47, Jesus sums up the core issue. Those who are of God, those spiritually connected and receptive to God, will understand and receive his words. But those who aren't, like the Pharisees, will not. In essence, this passage underscores the spiritual battle between truth and deception, between those who are of God and those who are of the world. It's a call to examine one's own heart and loyalties and to discern where one stands in relation to God.